Oh, what is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back. We are on into October now, the 3rd, taking on Oxford United. No real changes to the squad. Remember, we're running that 4-3-3 false 9 variation with Portsmouth in the N Football League 2. And trying to do our best to get promoted in our ever consistent trek to the top to win the treble. That, of course, the title of the series. So it's going to be a long process, but I love it. And to me, it's like kind of wonderful. This is like a throwback to old school type gaming stuff for me, when the commentary was like a jam and you could just listen and enjoy and the ramble and all those sort of things. So feel free at any point in time, if you have a specific topic of discussion that you'd like to hear me go on about, by all means leave it in the comment section down below. And if I think it is a pretty tasty talking point, then I will by all means get right on into it. So we're going to go ahead and train the young Anthony yet again, all 5 across the board. And you can see this process takes a little bit of a time, but I started to get a little bit faster at it as we were going along and deciding which ones I wanted to go ahead and train him on for the shooting, because he is a CDM, and realistically, I want him staying back more often than not. It's always brutal when you see the F pop up, because if you were to go through and play these, then chances are you'd be doing pretty darn well, and his growth would be a little bit higher. And so if I were to put in the time, which I will at some points, I like testing out, especially when players are in my youth academy. I like going in and doing the chance creation or the keep possession drills, because they give you an opportunity to see if a player is going to be 5-star skills. And if he is 5-star skills or even 4-star skills, I think I'll end up being much more likely to spend a little bit more time training that player. It's just one of those things that for me, for whatever reason, those players are a bit more fun to use. I find that I'm a little bit better with them as well. And so I'll be more inclined to keep them in my club and not sell them on to other clubs in the future, because chances are we'll be able to get quite a few academy products. Hopefully we'll be able to get more scouts in as I sell some of these original academy products. You guys see how this is. It's all business. It's a bit of an entrepreneurial expedition in FIFA with the simulations as well, because you're not taking into account some of your user skill. And some of you guys are like, Japes, you should just probably pick up that Football Manager and test that out. But that game, I have to spend a ton of time on it. And honestly, like, I've been playing FIFA career mode since like 2005, probably way back. Maybe 2006 is when I started. I don't know. I remember going to 2005. I remember going to college my first year, and this is going to date me. Actually, as of doing this commentary, I will have just turned 29 years old. So I'm an old dude. But way back, my first year of college, 2005, I remember you could take your career mode saves, bring them over into exhibition, and use them to play against your friends. So I had this ridiculous Roma save where, like, my team was absolutely obnoxious. All the players had developed so well. I think everybody on the team was over 90 rated, and the other guys on the soccer team, well, I played for my college my first year of school, and the other guys on the team would come over and play, and I'd of course use this Roma team, and they didn't know about the saves or what you could do, and they'd be like, what the heck, your team is ridiculous. And I was like, I know, right? This team is awesome. But then, they were maybe not so pleased after the fact when I told them about the happenings with the save. Northampton, though, giving us a little bit of trouble, going ahead 2-1 through Collins in this one. And Barton getting an injury is not a good thing, but it's not a bad thing, because we do have the Deslandis, who's closing in on that key 62 mark he is a 62 now, so he's really to that point in time, and only 7 days down for Barnes, so really not a big deal. We'll go ahead and train him up yet again. You get 4 training sessions a month, and try making the most out of all of those. I think it's a good thing. So we've got the dribbling, the defending, and the passing is ever so important. And the passing actually for when I first started playing career mode this year, I would just train CDMs and center backs and outside backs on the El Rondo almost every time. So their defending was awesome, but they'd get the ball and it felt so clumsy. I couldn't dribble to save anything. Their passes were all over the place, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to work on making these guys a little bit more well-rounded. So that's one of those you live and you learn as you work on career mode. And it's been a lot of fun seeing some of the guys out of the academies that you guys have tweeted me. It's like some guy tweeted me, he's like the next Neuer, and he's like a 17-year-old, 85 rated goalkeeper, something like that, which is absolutely ridiculous. I want to see your next Messis, though, players like that, where they're, you have like I guess, when Messi started coming out, he still wasn't even probably rated that highly. But tweet me, if you want to tweet me some of the players from your academy, I think it's a lot of fun seeing the development and some of the talent that's out there. And let me know which countries you think are giving you the best talent in career mode. I had one that I was playing for fun not too long back, and I got some amazing players out of New Zealand, which I thought was a little bit of fun. And I'll always send a scout to the U.S. eventually. And on that topic, Christian Pulisic making his debut for Dortmund yesterday. If you don't know who this guy is and you're an American, he's a 17-year-old kid from, I believe it's Hershey, Pennsylvania. And he's looking really good. So I'm hoping that he doesn't get, he's kind of flown under the radar though. So I'm hoping he doesn't get that kind of Freddie Adu type hype around him. And those of you guys will know, Freddie Adu was like the super hyped American footballer that was finally going to make us and bring us to World Pro, and he just flopped so hard. And it was honestly pretty darn brutal. So hopefully Pulisic flies under the radar. He's scored in a friendly for Dortmund already. He's looking pretty good out there on Aubameyang's goal that gave him 20 goals in the season, which is actually amazing. Last year's top scorer in the Bundesliga, Alex Meyer, scored 19 goals for the entire 2014 and 2015 season. And Mr. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Africa's footballer of the year, or the African footballer of the year, has 20 goals by the end of January. Now, Meyer did he miss 10 games? 5? I don't know. He missed time last year, but even with that, Aubameyang could not play for the rest of the year, and he would have already eclipsed that, which is outrageous. It's just ridiculous. What a run of form. But anyways, the point of that, he could have squared his 20th goal across to Pulisic, and Pulisic would have gotten his debut goal for Dortmund, which would have been super cool, and I'd have been very excited about. So we have our first scouting update. 73 not great potential. Daniel Heath, on the other hand, after 2 months scouting, I thought, okay, Tilson, not bad. This is what I'm looking for, though. 2 months in, 74 to 94, even though he's kind of low. Gonna go ahead, sign him up. Same thing with Mr. Townsend right here. He looks like he could be a decent player. You got that overall when it's a little bit higher of a potential overall. I'd say chances are you're looking at a better player. And that Daniel Heath, I don't know why I didn't sign him. Looking back on that, Japes, what are you doing? He looked like he would have maybe been useful for us almost right away. So we've got Luke Woolery right there. A little bit disappointed in his overall rating. Townsend, on the other hand, 54 to 55 rated at 16. Not horrible. 70 agility is a good default stat. 110,000 is base evaluation. So not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So we're going to go ahead and train those two and see. I think I throw one more in for Townsend because I'm really trying to see. Oh, we changed it. We went from key possession and chance creation because I really like chance creation. I think it's a fun little drill, and actually I'm pretty good at it. This would be one of those drills where I'm almost overly confident I can get an A on every time. And the A obviously is the increased growth, which means your players get better faster, and is one, helps your team progress towards promotion and then titles and all things that are good in the world of footy. So if you guys have never played this drill, you'll be able to watch on the screen and see more or less how I kind of go about it. And I won't score every time, but these are the most effective techniques for scoring for me for these different situations. And that left foot was weak right there, checking for the 5-star skills. He's only got 3, which is a bit of a bummer. But McGurk smashing it into the far corner. And it's super, super easy. I don't know if there's sliders or what they do in these drills, but scoring ridiculous one-time volleys and one-time strikes and long shots and stuff is pretty easy in these. You can see a little bit of left bumper burning by the defender. He will get caught, though, but that's a ridiculous left-footed strike over the top. And again, far post, clank. This one, the keeper rushes out, so you just got to slow down, chip it over him. Nice and easy into the back of the net. Fail. When I fail on those, it's just so awkward. You can see the first-time strikes right here. That's a ridiculous finish. But this is fun, and it takes a little bit of extra time. You guys can let me know in the comments if you want to see me go through and do these drills from time to time, maybe just when it's a new player to see if they have proper skills and that sort of thing, or if you like seeing them and seeing like the techniques and stuff. You can see we're already on excellent with 48 seconds in. Those are the volleys and stuff that I'm talking about, where you can just see. And I think I'll try to hit this one on the volley as well. And it's just ridiculous. Like, how obnoxious is that for a strike? Just charge that one up a little too much, but shooting on that first time is good. Using the right stick to sprint as well means you have a less of a chance of getting caught. Shooting the near post, always a bit OP, as are the long shots to the far corner over the keeper. That's just ridiculous. Those like first time strikes. And at this point, I'm just shooting because why not? Why not? We've already hit excellent. We've already hit the A. And we'll go ahead and get a first time strike in right there. Unlucky not to go in, but this one... It also helps that our keeper is not good. I think he's 65 rated at this point in time, so there's a lot of stuff that's going in nice and easy. Same drill. We've got Luke Woolery up here. I'm going to go ahead and we'll go through the 2 minutes going along with this one as well. But neither of these guys 5-star skills, and Woolery actually, well, you'll see the potential that he's got. But there's the check, and I didn't have it. But that was almost a nice little chip right there, honestly, with his preferred left foot, I believe, and then no-touch dribbling. That's what you want to do on that one. I messed it up the time before. But as your defenders get better as well, the drills don't really become much more challenging unless you're still using low-rated players from your youth academy. But if you're using, high-rated players that you're really just trying to polish up even more, the drills are, or at least these drills are not hard. I'm not so good at the passing drills. I'm okay with the through balls. I'm okay at that, the El Rondo defensive one, because you can almost steal it off of the second pass every time. Like, if you don't move your player and you start with El Rondo, where you got your 2 guys in the middle of the circle, the computer will almost always pass it to the right and then try to pass it to the top if you don't move. And as soon as they pass it to the right, you can start moving to the top and you intercept it, and it takes like 6 or 7 times of doing it, and you'll get an A. So if you're super serious about training your players and getting them as high as possible, as quickly as possible, then that is the way to do it. And the volleys are just ridiculous. You can see we've hit excellent again, 50 seconds in. See if we can get another one of these. And it's just ridiculous that goes in. That's more what you're trying to do in that situation. Not a great strike from the young Luke Woolery, but not a bad one either, because it did do the job and get in. And that's just me like, okay, so I can just shoot from wherever I feel like, and it's going to go. I don't know why I crossed that. That was kind of bizarre. I think I was worried about his left foot and getting it stolen, but the other the AI defensively able to take it away. And I think there's got to be some sort of sliders for these, because I tried shooting like this in like a few games, and it just doesn't work that way at all. I'll send shots way over the crossbar. I'll aim the way I aim in this, and it's at the corner flag. So even the right-footed strike, and you can see by that his right foot is not good, managed to go in. So we've got 2 A's and a whole boatload of success on that. Woolery going to go up. You can see his stats flying up. And when they start with those stats base default kind of low and they fly up, players tend to grow very, very quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and put Deslandis, who's about to hit that starter spot for us. Go ahead and get him all nice and trained up as well. Also, Alexis Sanchez making his return for Arsenal, scoring a goal. That was a really nice goal, wasn't it? It was just one of those pretty goals where you're on the counter and everything works out so nicely. And it found its way back to him. Also, Callum Chambers. I didn't know he had it in him. I was having a little debate on Twitter about Chambers, and I just don't know what to make of him. He's a super, or he has been talked about as a super, super hype talent, but where is he best? Is he a center back? Is he a right back? Is he a holding mid? I don't think he's a holding mid. I don't know if he's dynamic enough to be a right back, but I mean, he did score that kind of a nice goal. I think eventually he's a center back, but is he going to be any better than Arsenal's center backs that they're talking about? Also saw a link, or also saw an article linking Aymeric Laporta to Arsenal, which would be their center back. I mean, you could build him for like a decade. He would probably be a starting center back. He's so good and he's so young. And where does that leave Chambers? So if you guys are Gunners fans or fans of English youth football in general, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the direction for the young gunner, and how he's going to fit in kind of in the squad in the future, and where you think he'll fit in best. Same thing with Ox. Like, where is he going to end up playing? Anyways, that's where we're going to come to a close. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.